Died Asleep by Seb Papini, performed by Martine Richards. Episode 2, The Dark Friend. Petra needed to go back home. That was what she was meant to do. Home. Where was home? In an instant, she was back to that night when she was 17 years old. She was staring down from the balcony, looking at the curb from the 5th floor. That was the first time she had come very close to ending it all. She hadn't been feeling at home. She didn't think home existed as a fact. It was just a concept human beings had created to feel safer in an incredibly unsafe universe. Being so young, she hadn't known what it was. There had been no therapy back then, and no friends, and no lovers. As she grew up, she realized that depression was like a dark shadow, an unwanted friend she had to live with. Depression talked to her every day, suggesting terrible things. Little triggers would take her back to her dark friend. They were close enough to send her spiraling down to madness, but distant enough to be pushed back a million light years. Many years later, she understood what depression was, as nature tried to kill all living beings. Depression was just another step in human evolution, enforced by nature itself, making us completely irrelevant and useless. She could see the police reorganizing from a distance. A small black bulletproof van entered the scene. A group of well-equipped special tactical forces poured out at great speed and distributed evenly around the floating bus. Petra thought they were about to shoot at the bus, but she realized it would have been pointless. It would only have killed the survivors inside. Maybe this is all worth it, she thought. Thousands of years of wars, the arms race, the deaths of innocents. When she was young, she had felt it was all pointless, just men killing one another. But then she thought about her family. Family. Another trigger word. She went back to when her son was born, and the depression had returned with him. She had been terrified that her son would inherit her dark friend, and she hadn't been able to cope with the responsibility. That had driven her marriage astray. She and Billy had grown distant. He couldn't understand what she had to deal with. He couldn't see the dark shadow haunting her. Billy was living in a bubble. They had tried, again and again, but she knew it would end at some point. As Petra thought about the end, the bus dropped to the ground and caused a shock wave. Sound seemed to cease. For a second or two, everyone dropped to the floor. People seemed to have lost the ability to speak. The tactical force immediately advanced, their commander deciding this was the moment to breach the bus. The 1st floor was now flattened, wheels pointing at the sky. The tactical team reached the entrance and stopped. A man came out of the bus with his arms raised. Petra could see the police screaming at him, probably making sure he wasn't armed. People around her were puzzled, all trying to understand the scene. Is he a hostage of the devil? She thought. Petra had developed her acute analytical skills while at college. She had loved her forensic investigation classes. She could easily have been a brilliant detective, but she had chosen a medical career instead. The hostage exchanged words with the police. She could see one of them communicating via radio. The tactical unit slowly retreated. Petra knew that if there were any survivors inside, they would need immediate medical care. Broken bones would cause internal bleeding and, together with head injuries, would lead to death quickly. As the unit retreated, Petra thought the hostage had looked at her in the distance before going back inside. She pushed the thought away. It was only her imagination deceiving her. She studied the commotion inside the police lines. The unit was on standby while two higher-ranking officers argued. She could spot Officer Leonard behind them. He jumped into the conversation. They tried to push him away, but he had something to say. They calmed down as he was sent away. She could see him jogging in her direction. "That's impossible," she whispered to herself. No. She tried to walk away, but Leonard grabbed her arm. "Petra," he said. "What?" she replied. "They need you. They're asking for you," he told her. "No, I need to go back to my family. What is this?" she said. "They need you now. If you don't come with me, people will be left to die," he told her. "You're all crazy." "I'm telling you, they asked directly for you, by name. I can't explain now. You need to come with me," he insisted. She ran a hand through her hair, as if she wanted to tear her own mind out. Okay, I'll follow you." The two of them walked through the police cordon, past the fire trucks and the ambulances. Everyone was watching. Leonard introduced her to the two officers in command. "Chief Smith and Deputy Chief Lewis," he said. "She is the woman he is asking for," Smith said to his colleague. "Who's he?" Petra asked. "The man who came out of the bus asked specifically for a woman named Petra who was near the scene. He said he needs to speak to you or something bad will happen," Lewis explained. "And you believed him? What the hell is this?" Petra said. "Please calm down, Mom. He assured us there are survivors inside and we need every chance to get them out safely. We'll escort you to the bus and we'll take it from there," Lewis told her. "This is insane. I'm not going anywhere near that bus." She tried to leave. Leonard stopped her. "Don't touch me," she said, pulling free. "Please, Petra. My colleagues said they could hear screams inside. If we have any chance of saving them, we need your help," Leonard said. Petra thought it made no sense. She had just witnessed a supernatural event. And now they were asking her to walk straight into the mouth of hell. The bus could take off again at any moment, but then her dark friend resurfaced, uninvited.
"The pain will go away, Petra,"
it said. She froze. She could finally picture her dark friend's face. She couldn't describe it exactly, but she could see it now. Everything was clear. Inside her, a million thoughts crawled from the darkness. She had pushed them away for too long. That had always been her tactic. Compress them into a small ball in the deepest corners of your being. The thoughts cannot hurt you that way. It is like a prison for the soul, a forbidden mental asylum. The door should never be opened. She had never thought she could give in so easily after so many years. But maybe that had been the point of it all. All that suffering was about to end spectacularly. "Okay, I'll do it." Wide Asleep, a Null film production, written by Seb Pepino and narrated by Martine Richards. Original soundtrack by Logan Coots. The story you've just heard is a work of fiction. Names, characters and incidents are imagined, and any resemblance to actual events or persons is intentional. This production is protected by copyright, all rights reserved.